A 43-year-long tradition continues in Great Falls just in time for spring cleaning and renovations. We're talking about the Home and Garden Show coming up on this episode of We're No Damn Experts.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth.
And we're No Damn Experts. I love how we say that in unison. It's just so nice.
I go back and I listen, and some sound more enthusiastic than others, so I'm trying to say it a little different every time to see what works best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always excited to record a podcast.
Yes.
Let's just say that, listeners,
a good part of
because
the day.
we get paid to do this, which is just insane.
Yeah.
And hopefully you're enjoying it. So we've brought in an expert into our podcast studio for today's episode. And this expert has spent a number of years in Great Falls within the construction industry. Before I was in tourism, I called her all the time with random questions about how to do certain
And
things.
she still decided to come today.
Yep. The things I have tapped her for are well beyond her job description,
Okay.
I'm going to say. So today we have with us, drum roll please, folks, the illustrious Katie Hanning of the Great Falls Home Builders Association and the genius behind the annual Great Falls Home and Garden Show.
She doesn't use that word lightly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I should probably give a shout out to the people that came before me. But honestly, that's really, really very nice. And yes, we've got a lot of history, don't we?
We do. And it's always fun because there's things you know about other people all the time. And you're like, oh, yeah. Well, how did you know that? Well, I don't know. I've known her for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Born and raised here.
Oh, I don't think I knew that.
Been with home builders for 15 years. I know they gave me a pin at the National.
Ooh.
Oh, it was very exciting. They set it on a back counter. So I felt
high honor.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're like, you can get your pin in the back. I'm like, oh, thanks. I was kind of feeling maybe.
I thought maybe there was going to be a ceremony.
Something.
That didn't seem to
Something.
happen.
Not just like,
So,
go pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are like, you don't wear your pin. Well, it wasn't exciting.
Wasn't very ceremonial. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't seem that excited about it. Why should I?
Yeah. So we are here today. We want to talk about the housing in Great Falls a little, maybe all kinds of fun stuff. It's going on. It's going on.
Well, and the thing is, a lot of people don't know that half of the actual visitors, I'm saying not people who are residents, but half of the visitors to our office are people looking to relocate into our market.
Yeah. And
So-
why wouldn't they? I mean,
yeah.
it's God's country
Right?
here, right? Yeah. No,
There's
it's
no
beautiful.
better place.
No, Great Falls is a perfect place to raise a family.
You
Well,
can
and-
afford it still.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I've always felt it's the mix of East and West. You know, you get a little bit of the Western Montana, you get a little bit of the Eastern Montana,
Yeah.
and you still have just real, authentic, true Montanans here. So it's people who are born and raised. And
Yeah. Don't make a big deal out of anything. Welcome
No. Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, that's what we're all about.
It is still true Montana.
that is kind of our claim to fame.
We're holding fast to that because there's a lot of other places changing. So
Yeah. Yeah, they probably shouldn't, but whatever. So we're keeping things the way that they need to go, and working really hard with people to find the right builder, the right piece of property, get them in a place where they can move here and call Great Falls home. And that's what we'd like.
And there is a little bit of I'm going to call it a housing deficit. We don't have as many houses as we need.
No, but we're keeping up with it. The guys are busy. We're working to try and find a way to do a larger subdivision. That's always something that we're working on. It's not hopeless. There's lots of places, lots of things to do. If you're a remodeler, we can get you through that process too. So it's not just that I have to be in a brand new home. We can work this out with you, and we work hand in hand with the realtors and finding stuff for you. So it's a good place to be.
So I'm going to go down this rabbit hole, and I'm just going to apologize in advance, visitors. Maybe you don't really care, but I do. You occupy a building with the Great Falls Builders Exchange.
I do.
And they do a lot with plans, but I'm not quite certain. Do they mix with you, or are they,
sure.
Like we do this XYZ and they do X, ABC, but you're all in the same industry.
Super easy. So they are the commercial arm.
Oh, okay.
And they are the society architects run that.
Okay.
And so there's more commercial, although they do have residential plans, and they can do all kinds of printing. And so, I'll see some of my guys over there getting, and gals, don't want to discriminate here. We'll see some of our contractors over there getting plans for homes or plans for the next new exciting business coming into Great Falls. So, yeah, it's just a one-stop shop for both of us.
And then I think I know this. Before we went on the air, folks, I told Katie we've had conversations, and she's told me answers, and then I forget things. And it's not because of anything that Katie does. It's just my mind is shot. But I think I know your son is in the C-130s that fly around in our air.
Yeah, my son is a pilot.
Yeah, see,
That's
I knew.
really cool.
Yeah, he's, it's kind of funny. The opportunities for our people at Montana National Guard are amazing. And they're always looking for people to join the Guard. And they always have these really amazing sign-on bonuses where I'm like, if only I was younger.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
There's a lot of
amazing
benefits. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right now, I think if you sign on for their Red Horse, which is their carpentry unit for building trades, really cool toys, there's a $20,000 sign-on bonus for that.
Grief.
So,
Wow.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm in the
like-
wrong profession.
If only I was a few years younger.
If there's running involved, I'm not going to be able to make it. But if
They
you put
might.
something scary behind me, I think I could.
Yeah.
Or dangle 20,000 in front of
It's
you.
an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
And, it's 2 weekends.
Yeah.
Or weekend, something
Weekend
like that.
and
I'm
then
not sure.
deployments.
I should know this. My son is. If my son listens,
But
to
he's
be
a
like,
pilot.
Mom.
That's so cool. He gets to fly the
Yeah,
planes.
and he and his
Yeah.
wife. His wife's a nurse, and so they have a new baby, and they're raising their family here because they wanted their family raised in a really great community, and that's why they're here.
That's a good choice.
And then you are a veteran as well.
Oh God, no, I don't count that. That was a.
Were you in the service?
Yeah, I was.
Did you sign
But
your life
that was
away?
a private Benjamin moment, and I think we were all glad that I went in other directions. I got to meet a very nice drill sergeant, and he was amazed at me. I will just tell you. I'm sure.
Gave him a run for his money, huh?
It's. I'm not going to discuss it.
It's like I feel like there's so many layers
There's
of
a
stories
lot.
there. Yeah.
There's a lot.
So
but
it
yeah.
seems like that's another episode for Podcast
Yep.
After Dark, which is,
Yeah.
one of the ideas.
But I
Coming
will.
idea.
Say my father retired out at Maelstrom Air Force Base, so we
Oh.
have a long history. I have a retired Army officer brother.
Oh, wow.
My other brother was a Marine, so he's not quite right, and we tease him. And then so it's a military family.
Wow.
In fact, I was born at Maelstrom Air Force Base.
Really?
Back in the day. That tells you how old.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very cool. We're very lucky to have the base, and the home builders have created a nice relationship with the command out there because we understand what they need, and we're trying to make those things happen for the airmen. So
Well, thank you for all of your family and whatever
you don't
thing
want
that you don't count for your service.
no,
Yes.
it's not worthy of counting.
We do have a lot of military retirees in our community. And
We
I
do.
think there's some
Or ones that
stat
choose to come back after they've retired. Yeah.
because that's how damn awesome we are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you are offended by that word, you can email us at information@visitgreatfalls.org.
Rebecca will respond to you.
Well, I'll tell you, it's a great place to retire. It's a great place that if you retire and you want your family in a safe city,
Yeah.
living the life, this is a place to be.
Well, we're talking about your home builder background, but we want to specifically talk about the Home and Garden Show that's coming up, a huge event for. Are you stopping?
Go.
Oh, I thought
Go.
you wanted to go a different
I was
direction.
all excited.
Oh,
Yeah. So
I didn't
Home and
catch that
Garden,
either.
yeah. Home and Garden Show coming up, which is a really fun event. It's fun. I'm a newer homeowner in the sense that when my husband and I got married, we bought a house, and that was the first house I had owned, place I had owned. There's, a lot that, replace the toilet seats, replace the toilet. Like there's just always something, but there's fun elements too. We have a room in our house that's always kind of a challenge just because of the layout. So it's a challenge to figure out. So I'm excited to come wander around because I think it gives you ideas.
It does. That's what
New trends. How long has this thing been going on?
43 years.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it had been that long.
I have not been there for 43 years, just to be clear. The event has been part of the Home Builders Association. And, what we do with the event is it helps us raise the income we need to give back to the community. We call it a community event. And in that, we mean we're not just taking everybody's money and selling booths to people. There are many booths in there that we share with other community nonprofits.
Yeah.
Look, we have the food bank there. This year we're having the McLaughlin people will be in the front foyer because they're trying to do a clinical
Interesting.
thing. And so they're like, can we
The
collect
research
names?
center, not the gymnasium.
Oh, yeah, the research. Yeah. So, but good catch.
I know
And
you
so,
listeners weren't picking up on that, but
but-
here I am helping clarify for you.
So they're going to do an Alzheimer's. Is that
Yeah,
what they're
yep,
doing?
they do
a lot with
that.
clinical.
Mhm.
Yeah, which is amazing for our community to be able
Yeah.
to take part. So if you're in the show and you want to sign up, you can.
Which is just,
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't really talked about it just because it's not necessarily a tourist
No,
thing.
but you just never know.
But it's such a cool, the fact that we have the McLaughlin Research Institute and the work that they're doing here in Great Falls is
For
incredible.
Alzheimer's,
Amazing.
specifically into that Alzheimer's area.
Yeah.
And granted, our podcast is not going to be this in depth on much of anything.
Yeah.
But medical tourism is a big thing.
Sure.
And it will be visiting with Dr. Renee something para something. Sorry, Renee. The amount of potential that exists there for people to come in and receive treatment and
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
in
while
addition-
you're here, and hang out in our cool city.
Yeah.
Maybe
It just
decide to
slides
move.
under the radar a lot, I
Yeah.
think. And it's just the work that they're doing is just incredible. And that we
Yeah.
have that here in Great Falls.
Yeah. We're very blessed.
Now, you do something new every year at
Try.
the Home and Garden Show. And one of the things that I want to bring to the surface, because you're probably sitting in your home or your car or in your hometown and going, well, we have a Home and Garden Show
Well,
too.
maybe.
Maybe you do. But yours, I'm going to say, rivals a lot of national home and garden shows because you go to those and you see what's happening and you're like, we can do that in Great Falls and we can probably do it better.
Yeah, that's what we do. Go to other shows just to make sure we're got the relevant items, that we didn't miss something. But ours goes back to a sense of community. So we include a lot of other nonprofit groups in there, building trades from the high school and the junior high. Like I said, food bank. We're going to have the Man guys there. And the reason the Man guys are going to be there this year is because they have virtual reality headsets that
That's
you can
pretty cool.
Oh.
you just sit there and you can be driving a Bobcat. And I'm like, I'm up for that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll
come to
give it
our
a
show,
shot.
right?
Yeah.
So
Maine
it's going to
being
be fun.
Montana Air National Guard, just
yep.
for
Sorry,
people
guys.
who don't know the slang. No, it's good. That's so cool though. And especially like maybe you have somebody, a family, you're coming and maybe, your 16-year-old isn't super excited about looking around and be like, go hang out with the main guys.
Oh, yeah. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
And it's just a really cool way. I've seen it in their Red Horse area. And I am not a Montana Air National Guard member. Could not have passed the physical. but this is a really, really cool little thing that they're bringing.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And it's about promoting building and things in our community. And then we also are going to have a landscape architect. And so here's a fun idea. Say you've got this little place in your yard you bring a picture and she'll tell you what to do.
Oh.
Right?
Okay, so take pictures.
Right
Note
out
to
in
self,
front
go
here.
take pictures.
Let me tell you about my inability to do anything related to outdoor design.
You built a shed or whatever the other
That
weekend.
is not about like, oh, if you did these flowers and these
Yeah.
bushes and
That's
this tree,
hard.
this
That's
will
fair.
look
It's just
great.
Yeah.
structural.
Mine would look like a Johnny Appleseed blew up and just been like, here's some crap on the
threw some
ground.
seeds
maybe
out. Yeah.
This might be what you need.
It is
Yeah.
because we've got this beautiful front foyer at the office too.
Oh, she's your gal.
And I have no ability to figure this out. Second, no ability to maintain it. So,
Yeah.
master gardeners out there, if you want to volunteer some time, you
I
know,
bet they would love that. They
show
would
up
love
in
that,
Great
yeah.
Falls
like
and
that.
hang out for a little bit and prune.
Yeah.
We'd let you.
Well, and there's, we're going to have Tilleris. And they'll be there, so they're always more than willing to help with design. This lady will be in booth number 66 with the Green Up guys.
Oh,
And so you can bring your stuff to her, and she can give you just a brief overview. Obviously, she's not going to get
give
in
you the
The
full
whole thing
fade.
for free right there.
She's
yeah.
not going to get in the weeds with you. Yeah.
See what you did
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah.
pretty
So
nice.
good, Katie.
But then, and then I also have a guy that that purchased a booth, and he specializes in decks. And if you've ever built a deck for your patio, that area, you would realize how valuable he's going to be, and be able to talk to you about different products and if that's what you want to do. And he'll be there. Of course, Rocky Mountain Hardscape guys, if you want to build stone, which is fabulous. They always build great
You
stuff
know,
there.
when you are thinking, I need an outdoor living space,
Yeah, you need that.
Rocky Mountain Hardscapes and Green Up do, I'm sure there's others,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
but phenomenal
Yeah.
work. So, James, you can just write me a check later for that promo plug.
Yeah.
Free promotion.
He probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a mug last time. That's pretty good payment. How many booths are there at the Home and Garden
Yeah,
Show?
you said that was booth 66, which makes
Yeah,
me assume you
so-
start from
Yeah,
One?
the guy that's doing the outdoor areas in booth 337.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
and we do start with booth 1.
Oh my gosh.
There's a little break in there because of the way the building runs, but
Yeah.
in general, almost 300 booths.
Holy cow.
Yeah, Billings
That's
is
a
the
lot.
only one bigger than ours right now.
Wow.
Yeah,
And do they
That's
hold theirs
a
at the
lot, though.
Metro?
yeah,
Wow.
and they have 2 spaces, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, great people there. Ours is a nonprofit group, so our money goes back into the community. They're a for-profit, so lucky them.
Yeah, right.
A little different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we like to think that anything that you wanted to talk about, you could talk about at the Home and Garden Show. So I know that there's a couple flooring guys coming in. So if you need new flooring, they'll be there. And then we have one of the flooring company has those new washable rugs.
I've seen
yeah.
those.
Wait.
Yeah.
What? A washable what?
Like you take it's got a pad underneath it.
Yeah.
And you take it up and put it in your washing machine and put it back down.
Wow.
So if you have animals,
Like
kids,
a
or
dog
whatever,
who threw up a
husband.
chunk of their toy this morning.
somebody with a
Mhm.
coffee cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just pick them up and wash them. They're great.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be there. So
Hmm.
yeah, and those are all local businesses. So
Cool.
they'd love to have you.
So
come
if
and
you,
buy it.
Wow.
not that you should, but if, a meteor hits your area and you're unable to make the trek to Great Falls for the Home and Garden Show,
Right.
what that really means is you can come see these businesses
All the time.
Anytime.
outside of that as
Yeah.
well.
And we keep a database of all. I mean, it's not unusual for somebody to say, "Well, 3 years ago there was somebody at your show, blah blah blah," and you're like, "Okay, give me the room. Where were they at? What were
Yeah.
they selling?" And we can give them that information.
Which is impressive
Yeah.
that you have.
Well,
can provide that for
we want to
people.
help people.
Yeah.
There was a moment at the Choke Cherry Festival many, many years ago where I saw a person who's selling mirrors with stained glass panels
Nice.
connected to it. It was gorgeous. And at the time, it was too expensive for me to be able to do anything with. But now I could. And I'm like, man, I wish I had their information. And I've often thought about calling the Lewistown
Oh,
Chamber
do it.
and go,
Yeah.
I don't even remember what year it was, but maybe you do.
Yeah. Yeah. If you run a show like that, you have a tendency to catch some of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep some notes.
Sometimes there's things you just don't want to
Right,
see.
yeah.
But this year, one of the exciting things that we're going to have is a full size metal buffalo.
Oh.
It's coming in. So you can purchase said buffalo for out here. And it's indoor, outdoor buffalo. It's not alive, just to be clear in case somebody. It's not a real buffalo. We're not selling
We're not
buffalo.
selling a live buffalo, yeah.
But I think you can get buffalo meat this year at the show. I think
would
somebody's
make sense.
doing that, and we got jerkies and that kind of stuff. We're well rounded, but
Yeah.
it's a life-size buffalo coming in art for your outdoor.
We
home.
are in the market
Yeah.
for a bison head.
Oh yeah, they've
For
got
our
that.
office.
Oh,
Well,
Do you want a real bison?
that
'Cause-
is my first desire.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do for you.
It sounds a little scary, but
No, I like it.
I will put it out into the universe
Yeah.
and see what happens. It
Yeah.
didn't work
There's
with
a
the
spot
canoe
on the
years
wall
ago,
here.
but
You didn't get a canoe?
yeah, put it out in the universe. I was talking with Brian Thompson with Highline Climbing, and he's
Right.
like, "Oh no, people have like multiple canoes just hanging around, and people want to get rid of them often, so they just give them to you to use, and then they never want to take them back." And I'm like,
Wow.
so I'm like, okay,
If we could be so lucky.
I would
yeah.
like a canoe, and this is where you can drop it off. So I'll try it again. I need a bison head at 15 Overlook Drive, and if you're in the market to get rid of a canoe, I
We'll
need
take
one of
that
those.
too.
15 Overlook Drive. It's a big yard. Just
Well-
throw it in there.
Yeah, I feel like maybe they should call ahead, but yeah. So I'm
That'd
pretty
be preferable, but
yeah,
we'll take it.
and we also are going to have a lot of outdoor furnitures and things. People are really, even though in Montana sometimes outdoors is limited,
Shorter season.
just
The
quitters.
outdoor living space.
Don't be a quitter. You got to have a fire pit. You're fine. You're fine.
A little
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah.
heat, you're good.
That's what flannel shirts are for, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a theme in the last couple episodes we've talked about is that just outdoor experience. Like, it's fine. We're hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
People are still visiting in the winter.
Right. Well, and like today when we're recording, we had some fresh snow. The sun's out. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
The wind's not blowing. It's a wonderful day.
Well, that's a wonderful thing about Great Falls and where we are. It's never a bad looking day.
No.
You'll look outside and you'll be like, oh, it's so cool. And you'll step out and go, wow, I can't feel my toes. Yeah.
Yeah. You won't
I'll
realize
just
how
need
chilly
to go
it is.
snowshoeing
Yeah.
to generate some
Some
blood
warmth
through
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Gonna put some boots on and just in a jacket and go do that again.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we're not. It's not cloudy usually here. It's always sunshine. It's just
Rainbows,
awesome.
unicorns, and
There's
Yeah,
a lot of
it is. Lovely
unicorns.
stuff.
A lot of that.
So if I live in an apartment or I live, somewhere else and maybe I'm coming to the show, I'm not looking for landscaping, the home aspect of the home and garden show, I mean, you mentioned you can get meat there.
Oh gosh,
You
yeah.
Decor?
Yeah. Is
Decor,
there
lots of that?
like
Mhm.
cookware?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep, there's that, and then we also have people selling little. I call them tchotchkes, but little things to make your life easier. A few years ago, we had this fabulous wine opener that everybody had to have. You can get a new bed there at the show. We have quite a few beds. We have everything that you would need.
think I've
that
seen,
you don't
like,
need.
Cool little like cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
Like special mops and stuff
There's
like that.
one company that comes every year, and they have these little throw rugs, and they're washable too, but they're made to go in front of a door.
Yes.
We use those at the home builder's office, and they are excellent.
Yeah.
I highly recommend them. They're at my house now too. They are really good to have.
I think
I
we've
bought-
debated getting those a couple times. Yeah.
I purchased a beautiful knife set.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
that's right. Cutco Cutlery. They're there every year. They even do engraving things for corporate events.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we debated so much so, like we went back the next day and decided to make the investment in quality
Oh yeah.
cutlery.
Yeah, I don't think you'll go wrong there.
And I'm telling you, it's life-changing. And that's a big statement for cutlery,
Yeah.
but it is.
But it is. Yeah.
And these are vendors that have been there year after year. That they come. People know them in our community. They know who they are. We try and do our best to find new fun things, and we've been lucky to do that. So
Is there a stage this year with any live performances?
if I had a bigger building,
Well,
that would be, or if we could rearrange the building. I would love that. last year, was it last year or 2 years ago? Man, it was last year. We had talked to the Property Brothers about having them come.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
quite a writer for them to come. It's an amazing thing. It's like, I
Not
don't,
just green M&Ms.
yeah, it's like, I don't know if it is first class to Montana on
Yeah.
any planes, but anyway.
It is now.
Yes, it is. Yes.
As of today. You got it.
And I'm like, well, spice sweet. What do you mean sweet? Like,
Yeah.
give me a size here.
Right,
'cause
like
we're a little
expectation here for
different.
that.
And they don't travel alone, and it's an extremely expensive proposition for 3 hours. And where do I put them?
Yeah.
If I had a stage, I would do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we would love to have more room so we could do more things. Like some of the people want to do a kids construction area.
Oh, that's kind of a neat idea.
Yeah,
That is a cool
and
idea.
they do it in
Start 'em
other.
young.
Yeah, they do them in other
'em to build my
locations.
shed.
But yeah, they could build your shed. But maybe they could plant flowers out here
Oh,
for you.
yeah.
That'd be cute. It's for the children, so it
Yeah.
wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
It's re-
Not child labor. if
No,
you-
it's
We
charity.
made a donation to their group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
There you go. There you go. So I mean, we'd love to do that, but where do you put them? And then I have the nervous thing of when you break one, what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, what if somebody's
Yeah.
child is broken?
Right.
And you're like,
Yeah.
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 So
Some liability there. Yeah.
yeah, I think I could be an insurance agent or something because I'm always like, well,
you're always,
where can this go wrong?
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
Well, and that's one of the things you often have to think about because you're like, oh, that's a great idea. Well,
Ooh.
in my shed building project, I was picking up tin and,
Oh.
don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
And one got a little deep on my leg. And so I looked at my pant and it was still intact. So I thought I was fine.
Yeah.
Found a little later, like the blood dripping from
Yeah.
from the gash from the tin.
Yeah.
And my husband, a couple days later, he's like, what's that? I'm like, oh, I got it from the shed building. He's like, you're a true shed builder now. And I'm like,
Yep.
so I checked my pants. There wasn't a tear. So I thought everything was fine.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah, that's the magic of tin.
Yeah. It is a magical product. It really is.
Also, fiberglass poles.
Oh yeah.
I have not used those. I did not realize that. So we made a garden in our yard this last year, and my husband made like a makeshift fence to try to keep the bunnies and dogs out of it.
Sure.
We were putting it away for the winter. Did not realize these were fiberglass. I was like, why is this like, did it get so like dried out in the side? I just thought it was like dried out, and that's why. And then I was like, my both hands were just so prickly, and I was like, oh, this is going to take a while. Like,
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving. Yeah.
Learned
Yeah.
my lesson there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
The things you learn about building materials.
Yeah, you should have probably
Like,
called
why
the
are these
office.
fiberglass?
Yeah. First thing I would have told you is do an elevated bed, garden
Yeah.
bed, always.
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Well, our yard has this weird. It's not just one large chunk of grass. It's landscaped into these kind of putting green looking section. Not the texture of the grass, but just there's concrete and there's gravel routes
Ooh.
between it.
Somebody thought that through.
Yeah, which is cool looking. Makes it more challenging to mow,
Yeah.
but it's neat looking. So there was one kind of random smaller patch that just
Wasn't gonna.
it was just kind of hard to mow. It's small. We wanted a garden, so we transformed that into it. So we've kind of committed to that. It was at this point, but the raised bed does sound.
Oh, it's way to
Nice.
go.
Yeah.
I did that a few
You're going
years
to need
ago.
some time at booth 66.
Yeah.
Booth 66.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Stop
I
and-
will.
Stop
Yeah.
and see her. She's there. She promises she'll be there the whole show. So.
Okay.
So, do you have any vendors that sell raised beds, or is that something you have to build
Oh.
yourself?
Ace Hardware is going to be there, but you can
Okay.
also go to any lumberyard and build it yourself.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. That's what you do. You just
Yeah.
go get it and get started. I would not. So my raised bed story
Yeah. Yeah.
is I thought, oh, you build it, then you fill it from bottom to top with dirt.
Uh-huh.
That was a mistake.
Oh, why?
I spent almost a week filling it. That's a lot of dirt.
Yeah, you got to do
gosh.
You
something
got to do
else.
a fake bottom.
Wait, how do you? I'm so
like
confused.
rocks.
Well, a fake bottom, just
Oh.
like a board in there. That's what I did. I didn't need 5 foot of
Yeah.
dirt, and it's a huge raised bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't have thought about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neither did I. It
That's
was
a lot,
of-
yeah.
That's a lot.
I've
of
got
work.
these big like flower pot urns,
Mm-hmm.
and as I was looking at, because you want the flowers on top, but
You're
you
right.
you
gotta
got to
fill.
get them up that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
And I looked to my husband. I'm like, "What are we gonna do?" He's like, "Oh, we got all that fill dirt in the
Yeah.
back."
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
So we just
do
put
that, and
in
then
there,
put the good
and then
soil
we
on
put the-
top.
yeah.
And then you pull weeds
Yeah.
for a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what ours is like. I spent a lot of time tilling, and it's just.
Get a
It's
little-
not good soil there, so I
Nope.
spent brought in
Gotta-
sand, brought in dirt, brought in
Yeah.
tilled a lot of it. Yeah,
But look at
we'll
you
see.
now. You're a farmer.
Well, yeah,
And-
we did try.
She's gonna
wheat
have
and
a
barley
booth at
in
the
there.
farmer's
Yeah,
market.
You could have a.
it's not as big.
Did you say
space,
you
but-
were growing barley?
So
Yeah.
my husband works for the wheat and barley committee, so
Sure.
we had a couple seeds. So we tried a couple rows of
Yeah.
our own
Right.
wheat and barley.
So you're
there.
gonna have.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Well, good. I mean, it grew better than anything else in the garden, so it did pretty good. Yeah, we
Well,
still
I'm
have to
just
figure out what to do
hoping-
with it, but
If you line up hops, all of a
Yeah,
sudden
you're
you're
in.
beer making.
Yeah.
we do have a friend who makes his own beer, so I think Jason's hoping to
That next
do
step.
something with that. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The thing is that the nice part about this, it's not a raised bed, but it does have a sprinkler to it already.
Wow.
So there's
Ooh.
that part
Yeah.
is nice.
I made our sprinkler in our garden out of PVC pipe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
was clever.
Yeah. Good job.
I know. My husband was like, "That's not going to work," and then it worked, and I went, "Ha, ha, ha."
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then of course
We
he had
showed
to
him.
add things to it,
Well,
and,
of course.
tweak it out
Yeah.
a little bit, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was
Well,
working.
have this stamp on it. Yeah, we've got a interesting watering system for the trees at our place. All because I think our family could be the cheapest people known to man.
Wow.
And we won't put in a sprinkler system, even though that's really what we need.
I fought the sprinkler system for years just because if you're in the building industry, you see where things go wrong and people flood their homes and they want to have a
Broken lines.
and you want to have a grass lawn that's not meant for Montana.
Yeah.
But I finally gave in, and one of our vendors from the Home and Garden Show came and did it. And I didn't realize how bad my lawn looked until he did. And I'm very diligent about, nope, turning it off on this day.
Yeah.
Nothing's growing,
Yeah.
So, and you got to watch it because if you don't adjust it, you're wasting water, which
Yeah.
we don't like to do in Montana.
Right.
And also, you're gonna flood your house.
Yeah.
But most people end up with damage in their homes from not cleaning gutters, not doing downspouts is a big one.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Dryer lint collecting.
Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Oh no, are you collecting dryer lint?
No, like if you don't clean out your dryer
Oh.
lint.
I'm like, why would you do
There's
that?
one of our
damage
little
there.
Yeah.
That's
habits. Yeah.
Yeah,
one of
you'll,
my big things.
Yeah.
you'll catch a place on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good.
My husband constantly tells me, "Do you want to burn this house down to the ground?" I'm like, "Yeah." Every day I wake up and I think,
This is
Today
my
I
goal
think I'm
today.
going to try this.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the answer to that is no.
Right.
Yeah.
Silly
Yep.
boys.
Yeah.
Sometimes not everybody should be a homeowner.
That's a conclusion you're
Yeah.
coming to here,
Yeah.
Katie.
But, there's lots of ways that if you are a homeowner or a renter that you can benefit from free knowledge and free. And obviously, we're trying to get the experts in front of you from everything where here's how you use a knife without cutting yourself.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah.
100 I really need
But
that.
there's so much you don't know, like electrical things and,
Yeah.
I just want to do this addition. My favorite story is my husband and I decided maybe we want a hot tub at our
Oh,
house.
yeah. You need one of those.
And so I know nothing about it. Now, years ago, we went down this path. We walked in. We're like, hey, we're interested in a hot tub. And they're like, oh, it's $8,000. I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
they're
thought it was
not
going to be
cheap.
like $500.
Yeah.
And he,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and he looks at me and he's like, well, you might be the stupidest person on the planet.
Wow.
He didn't say that.
Wow.
But
That's what you
did
felt.
some
yeah.
education as to why hot tubs are, like why you would want to spend more money on them than $500 and what the issues are. And so then when we started seriously considering, we were at least educated enough to know that
Yeah.
this wasn't going to be a $500 purchase or a
Yeah.
$1,500 purchase, but went in really looking at what is the long-term costs and all the other things that go into making
Yeah.
sure this is a good thing for you
Yeah.
because you're dealing with a lot of water.
Yeah.
And in
Yeah.
Great Falls, it gets to be winter. So it's negative 30.
Yeah. You probably want to heat it up.
Water's
Yeah.
going to freeze. So what are the deals? What's
Right.
the issue? And the people there are just nice. They just tell
They
you.
know. Yeah. And we're lucky
It's
we've got
helpful.
a couple really great local businesses that handle that. And they also do
Yep.
saunas. So, and they'll be at the show. So
Yeah.
you can talk to them. But there is a little bit that goes to just filling it up with water and looking at it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not just an easy thing. And if you're not paying attention, it can freeze into a
And
very
then
large
cause
block
more
of
of an
ice,
issue.
and
Yeah.
then it's not working ever again.
Yeah.
But that's, I think, the value of being able to go one-on-one with these vendors in this
Absolutely.
kind of an environment. They're all in one location. You can just make your list of the things you know nothing about.
Yeah.
And then go, this is what I was thinking. And they're
Yeah.
like, well, that's not a bad idea, but you could consider this. And this is about the price range. And I
Yeah.
think that's always helpful is when they can
Absolutely.
give you that price range. They're not going to give you estimates or bids. I mean, there's companies that will, but
Yeah.
having the ability to go, is this a reality for
even-
me today?
Yeah. And they're I don't know any of our Montana businesses, and Great Falls especially, that aren't willing to take the time to make sure you get the product that you want
Yeah.
and understand how to use it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to come back.
They don't want to see you again.
Well, they do,
Yeah.
but not
For a
but
new project.
Yes. Not
yeah.
to repair an old one. Yeah.
And it's a Montana climate, so having a hot tub it's kind of fun to be out there when it's snowing.
Oh,
So,
That,
yeah.
that actually is my favorite time, and I don't have a hot tub, but when I've stayed at hotels with outdoor hot tubs, it is my favorite time when it's snowing and you can sit in a hot tub.
We have a hot tub and I enjoy it in the summer.
Yeah.
So I'm the only person that you can. It's a crazy thing, but
Yeah.
you can turn the heat down
Yeah.
on it, and everybody looks at me crazy, and I'm like, still taking a bath out here. In front of
Right.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's great. I like it's a year-round product. I love it.
Yeah.
So
Is
Yeah.
there an admission cost, like a entrance fee to the Home and Garden Show?
yep, we charge $5 per person. If you bring your children, they're free. Under 18 or free with an adult. That helps us. They don't let us use that building for free.
Yeah.
So that
Oddly
helps.
enough.
I am
Seems-
shocked.
It is a theme throughout Great Falls.
Yeah.
If you want to rent
Things
a
aren't
space,
free.
that rent
Yeah.
is monetary.
Yeah, and that's the case there at the Expo Park. So we get to pay for both buildings, and so that basically those fees cover our rental. So, but that's good because the key is to let people come to the show and enjoy it. And I'm sure everybody would like to come for free, and I would love to do that, but they won't give me the building for free. So
Dang
it's
it.
a darn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is an important thing. The Home and Garden Show does cover 2 buildings. So you're
Yes.
going to do the Four Seasons Arena, and then you're going to
Walk.
walk a little hallway
with more exhibits.
with
Yeah.
vendors in them
Yeah.
into the exhibition hall
Yeah.
where there's going to be even more exhibits.
Yeah.
So if you see, like, you're in the corner and you're like, what's going on? Just keep going.
Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. Just walk right through
Follow
it.
the vendors.
And almost all of our people in the show are local. So even if you're just visiting and you want to stop by and meet the local people and visit, they're all going to be there. The home builders have us a little booth there for lost children, although I discourage that with our people. Don't bring them here.
It's not a good plan. This
And
is
the-
what will happen to
And the
them.
really cool thing, if you bring your kids, the firemen and the policemen are going to be there this year. So that's fun. Kids
Yeah.
love fire and police.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's really awesome.
That is
yeah,
cool.
we're really excited to have them join us.
You earlier said something about a story about a goat and a
golly.
diaper, maybe?
So
Yeah.
I'll tell you. So, God,
How did I forget about
I-
that?
I was like, we can't not tell that
yeah,
story.
it's a great story. So last year, so we're wired up. So we have walkie-talkies on and earphones, and anything that goes on. I always say, if you see me moving, it's never good. In this case, a lady had a pet goat. I believe
Is this a attendee or a vendor?
attendee. Yeah,
Okay.
vendors
Is
know
it
better.
an emotional support goat?
Well, I figured that.
Yeah.
We all have to deal with that when you have an event.
Yeah.
And we had people in there with dogs and strollers, and it's like, if it's your
Dogs
pet,
and strollers
No,
or dogs
dogs
in
in
strollers?
yeah.
Okay.
And so it's not, but you've got to be very sensitive to that. And
Yeah.
so I made the assumption that this goat, once I found, it was a little goat, cute goat, I'm sure made to be embarrassed among the other goats because she had him in a harness with a
goat's
diaper
like, "Please
with a
don't do that."
diaper on because she was concerned, I guess. And she would walk the goat around, and of course it drew a lot of attention. Little kids love the goat. And I took a picture and I sent it to our liaison from the county, and I said, "Look what we have in here." Well, unbeknownst to me, that is against the rules. And so
You
next
ratted
thing I
them
know,
out.
well, it became the county's problem, which was excellent. But but I followed the goat around for a while just to make sure everything was okay. And then the county, I think the lady was leaving anyway, but then the county had to put up signs that said,
no goats in diapers.
Service animals
Only.
and no pets. That seems to be a thing. And then that allowed us to be able to turn the lady away with the miniature horse that wanted to bring the horse
What
in.
is going on, people?
I don't know.
Is it because it's the idea of like this is a land's yard show, so we can bring in pets?
I just think that sometimes when you have community events that people are not thinking about it. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It was interesting. So
Here's
I get
the
this
deal.
call on my phone. We have a horse here, and I'm like a real horse, and they're like, no, a miniature horse. I'm like, no,
but still like alive, like a real.
They can't do that. So we were able to do.
That
was last
same
year.
same idea. They just
next
as
day.
the goat, they just wanted to walk around with the.
I guess. I don't understand that because I would think the liability. I mean, if it's your animal and you bring your animal, even if it's a dog, even if it's a service dog, and
Bites or kicks
it's
or
your responsibility.
Right.
However, nobody's going to say, well, this animal, a real service dog probably wouldn't be trained to do that. But, but let's say something happened. They're not going to say, I got bit by this person. They're going to say, I got bit at the home and garden show.
Right.
And then, we feel you don't want that.
So
but
good.
yeah. So
but
we
leave
try
your barnyard animals at home.
Yeah.
They don't need a tour of the home and garden show. First, they're not purchasing anything.
Right.
Second,
And
they're not going to be learning anything.
It's busy. There's a lot
and
of
that
people.
poor animal was abused, I'm sure, because I mean, all the other goats had to make fun of him.
Right. You're in a diaper.
You're in a
Right.
diaper.
Yeah.
I mean, the
and
little
you're
kids
already
loved him.
tiny to begin with. They're going to pick on you.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
goats are going to pick on you.
Yeah, and I guess she sleeps with them at night. So
Oh
there's
my
that.
goodness.
Yeah, I only know that because she told me.
You didn't ask?
Yeah.
No.
I wonder if
didn't.
they sleep with the horse.
Yeah.
They probably do. It's a weird world sometimes, and
Yeah.
so
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't. That was probably. I mean, we've had some interesting things.
Yeah.
And you have to be really, really careful.
Yeah.
And people have different needs and things
Sure.
that they have to have, but.
So Shannon touched on it a little bit about the amount of traffic that's there that would impede horses from being able to be comfortable. How many attendees do you get at the Home and Garden
Over
Show?
the 3 days, we get 16,000.
Wow.
We're very, very blessed. We're very blessed.
What?
Yeah. And we keep stats every year.
Yeah.
So when you get your ticket and you tear it off and you wonder why they take it from you, that's why.
That's why.
Because that's how we count. And we have clickers and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And when is it?
Oh, we're going to do this Friday, March 31st. We're going to open up at noon and go to 8, long day. And then the 1st of April, we'll be there from 10 to 6. And then Sunday, April 2nd, from 10 to 4. And then your ticket this year on the back, it's a buy one, get one free from Broadwater Coffee.
Nice.
No.
Rebecca's
That's
all
a
about that.
nice partnership.
And I'm looking at 4 tickets right now.
Yes.
4 tickets with, see, there's your Broadwater Coffee on the back.
Here's a plug. Heather makes the most amazing
does.
Mayan mocha.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
And maybe I'm becoming a spicy girl in my old
Wow.
age
You need a
because
T-shirt now for sure.
I was telling Shannon, wow.
Hi. Yep,
Yeah.
that's me.
I was telling Shannon I made this dish and it called for a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne and I accidentally put in a teaspoon of cayenne.
Which neither amount in most things, a teaspoon or 1/4 is not very much, but
yeah, I would guess this
Oh
is spicy.
my Lord. Last night my husband says, hey, that Mexican dish you made? I said, yeah. And he goes, are you going to make it again without all the cayenne pepper so I can taste it? I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, I think it's a good idea because
Yeah.
what I've been able to taste, it's been good. But
if you can get past the
Well,
fire.
it took me four big glasses of water to get through dinner the first night. And I was so proud yesterday for lunch.
Yeah.
Only took me 1
Wow.
to get through
You're
lunch.
getting acclimated.
Well, if you come to the home show, we have 2 vendors that actually sell spices.
hey.
Pre-packaged spices
Okay.
that might be good for you.
It might
Yeah,
be a good
talk to them
or
about-
maybe I just need to make more money so people will cook for me and I can live in a
just have
home
your own chef.
that other people take
Maybe
care of.
maybe maybe cheaters.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how you. I mean, that's a big.
Nope, that was
that was
just,
not it, huh?
I
Okay.
need a teaspoon of all these.
Yeah.
I must need a teaspoon of cayenne.
Yeah.
And then I poured that in, and then I coughed and sneezed, and
Yeah.
we
You're
opened
like,
up the
"Whew."
window to the house. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
that seems like a
A
lot. And
lot.
I
You're like,
went-
if I'm sneezing now, like
I went
yeah.
back to the recipe, and I'm like, ooh,
Oh.
that's going to be problematic, I think.
You didn't Google how to
No,
Undo
because
cayenne.
honestly, I
how to
thought
make cayenne go away.
with as much
Yeah.
else that was going to
Yeah.
go into this dish, I didn't think
Yeah.
much of it. I'm
Sure.
like, oh, it might be a little more spicy. No, it was a lot more.
Mm.
Yeah.
So Mayan mocha is
Well,
a little
and-
spicy, but I
and
do love it.
Yeah, because it's buy one get one free.
Yeah.
It's obviously
And that's
unlimited
good
time.
through April 14th.
Which is
so.
really, we're
yeah.
really grateful that she wanted to do
Yeah.
that.
That's
when she said
amazing.
we'll do a buy one get one, I went, are you sure?
100%
Yeah.
sure.
Because you're gonna.
This is
It's gonna be busy.
16,000 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we're
Perfect.
really
we have
excited about
4
that.
tickets.
Yeah, so we have 4 tickets that Katie brought in that a lucky listener will get to go check out the Home and
Are
Garden
we going to
show.
give all 4 tickets
Well, I
away,
don't
or
know,
are we
what
going
do-
to do 2 and 2?
Well, okay, what do you think,
'Cause
Katie?
kids-
Yeah,
kids
because
get in
kids
for
get
free.
in
Kids are
free,
free.
so we should do
I
2
say
separate
2 and
ones
2.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
if
be
kids
fun.
are free, we'll do two separate tickets here then.
I'll
2
make
separate
the
groupings.
executive decision
Wow.
that we give 2 away to
I
the
like it when
listeners
she
of this,
takes charge
Yes.
like this.
and then we can do a contest
Ooh, deal.
on what do kids use these days? Instagram.
TikTok?
Well, I
yeah.
just think if you could take a picture of like your horrible yard or your
Oh, that'd be fun.
horrible
Yes.
something.
Yes. What you
Sure.
want to come and get advice on
Yeah.
or
Right.
a place or whatever at the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
Or
be
what's like your greatest failure? Maybe you want to show my shed. Although,
Yes, I
once
like
the tin
this.
is on, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It's too bad you had to get stitches, but other than
Yeah.
that, it's great. So
And it's not square, but you
Yeah.
can't tell.
But
now you
now
know
that the
what.
tin is on.
standing.
Now you know what HVAC guys go through
Oh,
every
gosh.
day.
Jeez.
You'll notice they have gloves and stuff.
Oh, man.
So,
Yeah.
and they still get cut.
Yeah, I
So.
should have had chaps on.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
kind of
I would have just suggest at this point you call a professional.
Yeah.
I just feel like you
That's a
should
good way to
call
go.
me and I'll be like, yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that, Becca. That's a bad
Yeah.
plan for you.
But let's get you a buffalo head in here and a canoe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's a must.
Mhm.
If I make that
I
happen,
agree.
that'll be amazing.
We'll invite you back if you
Yeah. I'll be here for the grand
You can-
opening with
Yes.
the canoe.
Yeah.
You can tell the
So-
stories of how you made a
Mhm.
bison head.
I
on a
could
canoe
probably
where-
also get you a miniature goat to arrive.
No.
So that's
No.
What?
No.
Why?
with the diaper.
Why no?
No. Well, I mean, you do have an outdoor.
Well, they can
Kids
stay
dig
in
it.
the park.
The kids
They're
dig
not
the
coming
goat.
in.
The goat was delightful. I
Yeah.
did feel very sorry for him because I'm sure that he's made fun
Yeah.
of by the other goats.
I
Well-
want to meet a little baby goat.
I think they're cute. I also like the little mini pigs.
Yes. Mhm.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think
Well, there's always
Yeah.
this year.
so. I'll
Every
share-
every year it's something. We had a
maybe
lady go
this is
into
the year.
labor one year.
Oh.
and we
Oh
had-
my!
Yeah, and she came to my booth and I'm like, dude.
No,
You're like, this
Not
is
my
No,
skill
like
set.
okay, let's.
Yeah.
And we had Roger from emergency services there with us, and we got her taken
Thank
care
goodness.
of and moved on to a place to have a baby. She was
Yeah.
a little nervous there for a while. So
Think she's
we've
gonna
had
have
it
to-
all.
Yeah.
well, I'll
We've
just
had it
clear
all.
off this table
Yeah.
and I'm gonna throw you up on there.
There was a moment I was afraid that might happen, and I thought, well, my insurance agent's going to love
Yeah.
this.
Again, your mind goes to the insurance
Well,
part. Yeah.
only because we do have to pull a full policy out,
Sure.
so it's
Yeah.
ideally not going to be used.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I'm sure that lady didn't want to become another like spectacle table to come watch something happening
no.
at the
Hey
Home and Garden
everyone,
show.
they're having a birthing over at this booth.
Come see how
That's why we don't have stage
Yeah,
right there.
yeah.
That's why there's no stage.
Yeah.
I'd love that because if we could expand and we could get a stage, I would definitely, and we could get the fire guys to sign off. I would
Yeah.
love to have a cooking show at the same time.
Yeah,
that
see,
would,
that
be,
would be
fun.
cool.
So you could bring Cameron Hall in or whoever. It's just
Yeah.
a matter of,
And
you
we
know,
can learn that
Yeah.
a quarter and 1 teaspoon
that would
make a
be
big
That's
very
difference.
different.
beneficial. Or maybe they could just tell you how to fix that,
Oh, see, that's a good
So.
one. I like that idea too. Is how to
how to fix what you do.
compensate. Yeah.
I think you have to identify first that maybe a teaspoon is too much. Like it's going to alter the whole entire
Yeah.
meal.
See, though, and-
Instead of where I approached it as, do I take that out? Do I figure out how
Yeah.
to get rid of it? Or
just go with it.
it's probably going to be fine.
See, I would have done that too, because to me, a teaspoon is not a ton, and a quarter of a teaspoon, I'm like,
Yeah.
is that even worth adding to a dish then?
I will tell you when I make it again, no cayenne will
cayenne
go
at
in.
all.
The whole
Yeah.
cayenne pepper should have been the giveaway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you added too much salt, you know? I'm just like, that's kind of, I feel like maybe this isn't your forte. And I think I have people at my home show that
Who can help.
you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
might
then we-
come to the same conclusion.
We do have magazines at the show, and inside the magazines, hopefully you'll take one, but it's got the vendor list and the map, but it also has all our home builder members and their phone numbers.
Oh.
So if you need to talk to somebody or you're trying to find somebody, we have them divided into categories for you. So
Perfect.
and then
more
if they,
experts.
or
Yeah.
you can call us down at the home builder's office, and we'll try and get you through the project.
Perfect.
So bring your stuff and come see
Yeah.
us and hang out with all us great Montana folk and
Mm-hmm.
learn why we love it here.
It just sounds like it's going to be a party.
Yeah, and
Well.
watch out for wild animals.
Yeah, hopefully.
Just kidding. No, we're gonna say that's not gonna
I
happen
think
this year.
it
It'll
would
be fine.
okay if that happened again, because that means other things didn't happen.
Right.
So
Yeah, pick your battles here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be okay.
Yeah.
So I'm extending an invite. There's a woman that I saw that had a pig on the patio at Butte Brewing Company
Oh.
in Butte, Montana. We would welcome you to come
Why not?
to Great
Katie's like,
Falls
Yeah.
with your pig and explore the home and garden show.
Well, I believe there is a psychic pig here in Great Falls.
Well, I've not heard that.
Yes, and I've met the psychic pig down at the Keller
Did it give
Geist.
you a reading?
Oh,
did.
yeah.
It did. Just told me to get out of the industry. No. No, it did not. It told me I was going to have a good year. It was a couple years ago,
Oh.
and then the pig was right on. So I would
that's
just
good.
That's
yeah.
pretty
So we do.
general.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
general.
about your pig. Obviously, just drinks beer, but this pig can
Yeah.
give fortunes. So
Well,
I'd volunteer
that
to
one's
watch
also
this pig.
here. This, I can generate an overnight stay.
Yeah.
oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
to
I'm
get-
always thinking.
Yeah.
That's good, and we do want people to come, and we do get quite a few people from out of town that come in and stay. So
They
that's
do.
well, they're lucky because I mean our hotels are the best, and you can't really stay anywhere else in the state of Montana for what you stay in Great Falls and you're getting the same quality.
Yeah.
So it's crazy what other places say.
It's true.
So we're very lucky.
And we have a river.
Oh, the river's fabulous.
Runs through it.
Then we get you a canoe. There you go.
I'd love to be able to recreate on
Yeah.
it if someone would just bring me a canoe.
Yeah.
There. it's been said.
Is your plan to put the canoe in the water?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this
Or
is
was
a
it
personal
for
Yeah.
canoe.
Was for decor?
No, this is for me
you.
personally.
So I have a pontoon boat. I can make that probably happen
Oh.
for you. We got to make sure the river's not full of debris. It'll be a while, but you let me know. I'll put you on the river.
Well, I am
Krista
looking-
Smith with the Builders Exchange also has a pontoon. So we got you.
Ooh.
We could do multiple pontoon rides for you.
I am looking for a river adventure as a micro experience. So we can talk off air
Yeah.
about that.
Micro experience.
I use big words.
Yeah, that is.
Well, it's not a big word. It's a small word.
Wow.
Thanks,
I
Shannon.
feel like
She's
we
gonna
said.
giggle about that
feels
one
like
all
we-
day.
We've all
Yeah.
made nice little
I
jokes,
think
haven't we?
we've wrapped into the
I think
end,
we
and
have.
it's only going to
Yeah.
get worse.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing us tickets.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we want to make sure that this best podcast in the world
Yes.
is handled, and I want
Thank
you know all the people out in the other parts of the world that aren't lucky enough to live here know that they're missing out.
Yeah,
Totally.
and it is a really phenomenal show.
It's always fun.
I would say class act, and all you have to realize is maybe you visit with your local group that does a home and garden show, and you ask them how many booths they have, and then you can go, oh, well, Great Falls has 300. I'm going to go there.
Yeah, it's a good time. And we've gone all over. I've gone to Minneapolis, obviously Denver, overachievers. It's a great, but they're also a $25 ticket, and that was 6 years ago. So we
Oh,
go to
wow.
make sure that we're relevant, and we are.
Yeah, $5
Yeah.
is very reasonable.
So, yeah. And
And
you're
we have
getting,
the full-size buffalo coming.
Yep, world-class stuff.
Yeah, let's not forget about that.
Yeah, I feel like somebody needs it.
Well,
It's metal.
of
It'll be
course.
cool.
I kind of want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd
I-
be good. Maybe
yeah.
by the shed. It's metal.
Well, I am hoping for a mural to go on my shed. I believe I've discussed that with my husband, and he said, sure. And I think it wasn't sarcastic. So
Oh, I'm excited
eventually I'm
about
going
that
to get a mural.
prospect. Okay.
Yeah.
By Robert?
No, I think I'm going to ask my niece to do it.
Oh, I like that.
We'll see. I hope she signs up for the mural class during Arts Fest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Another
Another great thing. Our
Mhm.
murals. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
There's so many awesome murals.
there are.
And there's going to be
More
more
every year.
I was
Mhm.
hoping Mr. Demke, we rent the building for Mr. Demke at Western Office Supply, and I was hoping that wall that we have, he'd let us do a mural on, but people come there and take pictures of their high school kids all the time.
Yeah.
You'll pull in like on a Saturday and nobody is there, and there's all these people that are getting their pictures taken by that wall or over by
Yeah.
our garbage can, and I'm like, okay.
Imagine if there was a mural there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's-
That would be a great place
It
for
would
a
be a good
mural.
one. But we're not in that. Even though we're downtown, we're not in
there.
that, but we'd
Yeah.
I'd love
Maybe at the next expansion you'll get it.
it. Yeah. I'm sure they'll be excited to be part of downtown. So it's a good time.
Well, thanks, Katie, for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank
thanks for
you.
including us, and I hope we see everyone there at the show, and you guys will be there. You're always
Yes.
welcome. Just say you're
I
with
love
the
it.
press; they'll let you in.
Yeah, I'm working on that for next week, Western Art Week. Getting press passes for everyone.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Well, mine-
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the Elks Lodge the whole weekend, helping the
Oh, yeah.
Coeur
the
d'Alene galleries
March
with
in
theirs.
Montana.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in Calgary promoting Great Falls.
Yeah.
Calgary's happening. They should come here.
They should.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
they do.
We do get quite a
Um,
few visitors from Calgary.
Calgary's a happening place, and I just love the conversations we get to have with those Calgarians when I'm up there because you learn so much. And then I just shake my head. Similar thing to your animal stories. You just wonder, really, that's cool. I love that you're coming to our town for that.
Yeah.
Would have never guessed it.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
We'll take
there's
it.
a
We'll
there's a
take it.
lot of that. They probably come down and get their car washed or something. Probably good time.
Cereals, certain cereals they want.
Oh, they come to go shopping for
yeah.
food. I would have never guessed food.
Yeah, and then there, this
Interesting.
one amazing woman I got to talk to, she loves to come down for the KFC and Ross Dress for Less.
That's
Wow,
funny.
That's, but
Yeah.
you know, it's the thing.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
those things that you just don't. You know how you recreate
Right.
when you travel, but you don't know how all people recreate.
Right.
What gets them excited?
Well, and you think about if there's a place you like that you don't have locally when you go somewhere else, like people
Yeah.
there are like, man, whatever, but you get excited about it. So, yeah.
And I get excited about weird stuff, so I don't pass judgment. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
there
that
you
people
go.
are
Take
doing
them
it.
all. Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
we'll see you back in Great Falls at the end of March. So you can come twice. Western
Or
Art
just
Week.
Oh,
stay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
leave.
All the way through.
We can occupy your time.
Mm-hmm.
If you need help planning your itinerary, give us a call, 406-761-4436. And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, beautiful face here in Great Falls, we hope you're creating amazing memories wherever you are with your friends and family. See you soon.
We're No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town.